Okay, so we're going to get started talking a little bit. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming back.
Good afternoon.
I want to start with questions. If people had questions from what they practiced, somebody already gave me feedback of some things that they had practiced and noticed. And one of the questions I already got was, if I can't do one of the things with the eyes closed, can I practice with the eyes closed holding on at first? And I said, of course. So then we reviewed where she was at. So if you're at a stage of, let's say your maximum was standing tandem, but you couldn't do it with the eyes closed for more than a few seconds. So it's perfectly okay to hold on to something and practice it with the eyes closed so that you sort of get acclimated to that sensation, because there is a little bit of a scariness to it. And then just work your way up to letting go. So any other questions kind of along those lines about what we did last time?
I have a question specifically on that tandem. So I am completely unsuccessful like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better to just have my eyes closed like that. So what I started doing was, a version of the cheating so that ultimately, hopefully, so this week I'm like here, and maybe next week I'll be here.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. So you pick up, so with the goal being to continuously narrow the support. So if this is not achievable, then you're going to kind of cheat it out to maybe here. Or how you had it is fine. And then once you can achieve that, then work up to the next spot. Who else?
So on that same thing, I can't do it with my eyes closed. So does it come in your knees, or where should you feel the weight? I guess?
The weight?
Yeah.
Okay, so with the one foot in front of the other, you want to try to distribute your weight throughout both feet so that you feel some weight through the whole surface of both feet. So you're going to have the most stability when you have the most surface contact on the ground. So if I'm on one foot and I don't have any weight on my front foot, then it's not going to give me as much stability because I'm distributing my pressure throughout both feet. Okay? And yes, the knee bend thing, so if I stand with my knees locked out, then I'm not going to be able to use my, the co-contractions of my leg muscles to kind of stabilize everything. So, and it also lowers your center of gravity. If I drop down a little bit, my center of gravity is closer to the ground, so it's a little bit easier to control.
It's okay to bend your knees.
Yeah, sure.
I've had broken knees, which I've redone. So I notice my left leg is not as strong. So is that a factor then too?
Absolutely.
Is this something I should be doing to try to strengthen?
That's what we're going to do today.
Oh, good.
Yes, that is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about strengthening and what effect that has on your balance. Any other questions about last week's exercises? It sounds like everybody's practiced some. It's great to hear. I love getting the feedback. So today, one of the things that, I'm going to do by memory, but one of the things that I get asked in the past is, well, I'm such and such age, can I really even do anything about this? Or I had this injury, can I even ever get better at this? And the answer is yes. And when we ask those types of questions, so I found a piece of literature, a study that they did, that they took a group of seniors and they taught them an exercise program that they then went and did by themselves on their own. And the numbers were they did the exercises 3 times a week for 16 minutes. And then at the end of 8 weeks, they retested their function and they were better, statistically significantly better. So that answers the question. Can I get better even though I'm such and such an age, or I might have some history of fall, or an injury, or a joint replacement? Yes, you can get better with that, but you have to have that consistent practice. And one of the things, and in the exercises, so the exercises that we're going to do today are relatively related to what they used in the study, with the concept being strengthening the leg muscles. Strengthening the leg muscles so that the leg muscles have more control over your trunk, okay? Does that make sense so far? So the other thing I want to kind of explain about the outcome measures, or when they do these types of studies, there's a batch of, we call them outcome measures. So it's like, how do you know if something's changed? Well, you have to find a way to measure it before and after, right? So the things that we're doing, so the thicker packet of paper that you have is part of what we're using as our outcome measures. And these are the very well accepted tests in the therapy industry for this sort of thing. And when I read these articles and these studies that show me what works and what doesn't work, this is what they're using. So I just want you to understand that that's where this is coming from. So today, when we're going to do our walk together, and then we're going to go into the exercises that you got today with the bands, and those are focused on strengthening the leg muscles. As we're working on those, I'm going to peel you off 2 at a time and do the Berg balance scale, which is in your packets. You don't need to understand it all or read it all even. I'm going to kind of take you through it, and you'll get a score so that you kind of know some of the skills that you can work on within that test and what brings your score down. And that those numbers, those scores, there's like scales that show us if you score this, then you're a higher risk of falling, and if you score this, you have little risk of falling, and so on. Okay? Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to leave your papers on your chair. We're going to go ahead and take our little walk, and then we're going to go right into our exercises back in here.